All right, hi, welcome to indigomusic.com. I'm Melvin, and I am so excited today. Firstly, welcome to another edition of Xperience Sessions. And this is where we talk to the movers and the shakers in the music business from around the globe. And very kicked today because on the other side, we have a rock star. I mean, a complete phenomenal rock star. Raja Kumari, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm excited. I miss home.
Well, if you were home, I mean, I think we miss you here back in India, so you should
Miss
come
you.
back more often. Yeah,
I will as soon as I can, as soon as it's allowed, I'll be there.
absolutely. And you know what? First up, I just want to say you're such a rock star. You seem like such a fun person to hang around with. So, who gets credit for your personality? Is it you? Is it your mom? Is it your dad? Is it a TV show maybe that you watched
Oh
growing up? I
my gosh.
mean,
Yeah, it's I guess a lot of things. I say my brothers probably have. I think most people when they meet my brother Vivek, he's my middle brother, they go,
okay.
"Oh, that's where you get everything from, the way I talk, like my jokes and everything." But I
Okay.
think I'm just a California kid, so that's
Oh,
the
all
vibe.
right. So it's all about California, is it? All right, fantastic. And also, you know what? I just have to say this as well. This hairdo that I have, I got it done 2 weeks ago, and now I'm talking to you. So I think the stars are aligned upstairs. Something
You were preparing. It was prophetic. Yes, I see. I see.
Yeah, I'm really, really kicked about that. And okay, talk us through, lockdown times and how it went for you. Nobody expected 2020 to be the way it is. And so,
No,
how do you feel
I
about
don't
it?
think anybody could have predicted this. You know, obviously 2020 was gearing up to be a very big year for touring, I think for me. I think that was
Right.
the original plan was a UK tour, another US tour,
Mm,
on the heels of signing to Mass Appeal, so
yeah.
that was a big move. And I was obviously going to be back in the US and doing things like that. So that part stuck. I did get back to the US.
Yeah.
When quarantine began, when all this started, I was in India, and I had the experience of having all my big events cancel one after the other, and I was like, oh, I think this is serious. And
Yeah.
my dad and my family, they're all in medicine, so
Okay.
they made the call, and they were like, she's out. So I had 24 hours in India before I left, and
Okay.
I shot a music video. I shot NRI the
All right.
morning. Like my glam team was there by 3 a.m., 6 a.m. we were filming, and I was
Mm,
on the flight that same night. So quarantine started very chaotic, but it's been probably the best thing for me. And I started sharing something on my page called the Peace Project,
yeah.
and it's really just based off of like what I've been learning during this time. I don't think I've stayed still in
Right.
5 years since the release of the Come
No, I
Up.
was
I
going to
think.
ask you about that as well, because a lot of people are treating this lockdown differently. Some people are loving the break from the so-called normal, and some people just want it, just want to go back to how it was. So where do you stand on that?
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, I'm definitely so thankful for the break because I don't know if I would. I wasn't living a quite healthy life because I was just very much sleeping a few hours, traveling a lot. I had like sometimes 6 shows in 8 days. And I
Wow.
think that lockdown has taught me to take care of myself and to put
Hmm.
myself first and to drink a lot of water. That's
Okay,
definitely what the lockdown has taught me.
that's lovely. And also, you mentioned you shot the video for NRI. Now, I saw the song. I've seen the video. It's beautiful, and it's also all about handling hate online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what do you have to say about, I mean, the time that we're in right now? Everybody spends a lot of time online. So, do you have to deal with that a bit more during this lockdown, or do you just now know how to deal with it?
I mean, I've definitely been learning to deal with it from the beginning. My first song I ever put out was I had to put them on mute. So I've been dealing with, the naysayers and people for some time, but I think I think ever since Peace came out, I think people are kind of understanding my mindset, where I'm
Right.
at, like what I'm thinking. And I definitely say that the hate has definitely calmed down a lot. I haven't been receiving hate in the last month, and I'm feeling fantastic from it. So I'm
Okay.
going to keep going in this direction.
All right. And we have to talk about this new song, Peace, that you just did. I've seen the video as well. It is so different from, I mean, how do I put this? You're a little less badass in Peace, and you're full of love. You have so much love to give. So what changed? Oh,
Well, everything ebbs and flows. I think all my projects are like chapters. Like chapter one, the come up is about setting intention. manifestation. Chapter 2 is about, bloodline is about, when you start to get everything that you desire, what are you willing to do to protect it? And I
Right.
feel like the new album is about, it's called The Bridge, and it's about bridging, the ancient to the future. It's about, the West to the East, and between ourselves and God, music is the bridge. So this album is a lot more about healing. It's a lot more about being confident in self. And it's a lot less like, I guess it's not on the attack in the same way, but there's definitely those type of records that people know me for. The bravado and the swag is definitely all over the album. It's dripping in it. But, there's always it's always important to make sure there's music with message. So I always make sure there's one record on the album that feels like this.
That's awesome. And I think it's time for you to maybe share some love with our viewers. And so a few lines from Peace, maybe right now.
Oh, for sure. I got peace all around me, ain't no drama these days. You won't see me when I'm coming, cause I'm changing my ways. I got peace all around me, ain't no drama these days. You won't see me when I'm coming, cause I'm changing my ways. Ain't no drama. Ain't no drama. I got peace all around me, ain't no drama these days. You won't see me when I'm coming, cause I'm changing my ways.
All right, that was absolutely lovely. And tell us more about this. Is it that there is no drama in your life anymore, or is that the hope?
Oh, no. I mean, I think definitely right now I've been avoiding everybody. So yeah, if you avoid everyone and drink lots of water, you can keep drama out of your life. But
Okay.
this song was definitely written in a time where I did not feel that peaceful. I was definitely looking towards having peace in my life. And that's why I wrote the song with Elvis Brown, who's, a longtime collaborator. And,
Right.
it's written like an affirmation.
Mhm.
It's repetitive on purpose. It's positive affirmations on purpose. And I
Right.
really truly feel like writing that and singing it brought this time period in my life where now I do feel peace in my life. I do.
Super. And you're big on the law of attraction, aren't you?
Very much.
All those affirmations. And so I would love to know what's on your vision board right now.
Wow. I haven't made a new one. I made one 10 years ago.
Ah,
And,
it hasn't changed
and
over the years because I'm sure you've accomplished many of those things. And so,
I've gotten like 70% of it, but the only things left now are like, me getting married and, some of the holy places I want to visit. I haven't seen those, but it's kind of remarkable, like when I put certain images on there, I didn't necessarily want it exactly as it was. I just liked the moment and the way that it's played out. Like, A.R. Rahman is on the board, and,
all
now
right. All
we
right.
just put out Afrida, which is like my third song with him. And, when I put his picture on the board, he was like a far away supernova. So, that was really incredible. And there's also like crazy stuff like, I have a section with all like the sacred places I want to visit. And I have a section that looks like the house I want to build, so I could say that my closet upstairs kind of looks like the one on the vision board. I would say that. Yeah.
That's just amazing. I think it's important to, spread this message because a lot of people, when they hear about the law of attraction, they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm unsure, but it's
Very
happening.
simple. It's very simple. It's just, and the one thing I try to tell people also is that, they call it spelling because you're literally casting a spell when you say your words. So if you say something positive or negative, they're both going to happen. So you need to make sure you speak positivity. You only, feed the positive thoughts, because I definitely have, said certain things that I didn't want to happen. And just the power of saying them makes them happen, so it's best to
Very
focus.
curious. Very curious. What do you say to yourself when you wake up in the morning?
The first thing, I just adopted a dog, a sweet German Shepherd. So the first thing I say to the dog is "Good morning," and then we have this whole like little moment.
You have a moment. All right.
Yeah, I just my mom told me to look at my hands, and then you just kind of like thank God. So I do that in the morning.
All right, lovely. And also, Raja Kumari, recently you were part of this lovely project, a reimagination and a re-recording of One Love. How was that? Tell us about it.
I mean, I feel like 2020 has been this really interesting year where, we haven't been getting a lot of the plans we made for ourselves, but, God's plans are coming through. And I think, someone I grew up on Bob Marley, that, lists Bob Marley as one of her biggest influences, which is me. Hello. So, just to be back to back with the Marley family, I mean, with Steven to just being back to back with their voices, it was so rewarding and a little hope in the quarantine.
All right, lovely. And did you meet anybody from the family, the Bob Marley family?
So I've worked with Steven before. We made a project that the world has not heard yet, but they will hear one day very soon. It's a roots reggae project. So he's I've definitely known him. I knew him when I was a songwriter, before I put my album out. So we've definitely known each other for a few years, and he's been very supportive. That's off the vision board too. Bob is on the vision board. So if Bob is not on earth, who do you send? Your firstborn son. So even Marley.
Well, we have something to look forward to, that's for sure, with Raja Kumari and Stephen Marley. And also, I want to get this right, your real name. So I'm going to just read it out because it is a bit of a tongue twister. Shweta Yellapragada Rao, right? Did I get it right?
You did it. Shweta Yellapragada Rao.
Okay, so now why do you need a stage name if your actual name really
literally couldn't even say my name. You couldn't even say my name just now. You just asked me why I needed a stage name. Come on. I grew up in America. People don't understand those sounds. And honestly, it wasn't just about like the pronunciation. It was more along the lines of, I grew up, classical dancing. So I was touring India at 10 years old. So by the time I was 14, Shweta Rao had pretty much a career, and like if you mentioned the name, then like uncles would show up to see Tilana and like a classical performance, and I would be rapping. So I think from the very beginning I felt like I needed an alter ego, and it was bigger than I was in the moment. Like like how you said like, oh, it's not as badass, like there was this badass character that was in my mind, and I necessarily didn't feel like that, but when I would turn into that character, I could become that. So
I mean, all I meant was when you say that name on stage, people could mistake it for a rap verse from your song when you say your name.
Yeah, I know.
I think that would be cool.
I'm pretty impressed when people can say my middle name. I'm like, okay.
All right. When you have a name like that, when you were Shweta Yellapragada Rao, you had to, it was tough to introduce yourself to people, but now as Raja Kumari, you don't need an introduction. So that must be cool.
Maybe in India, maybe some places in India, but I definitely have to introduce myself everywhere still in America. So I'll keep working until they know me here too, and then I'll relax.
All right. And all right. So Raja Kumari, how about a few verses from another song? We could do.
Of your favorite song? I know which one you want. Run and tell your mommy the streets go rap-a-bum-bum, rap-a-bum-bum, rap-a-bum-bum. Yeah, it's coming from the gully. It's coming from the city slums, city slums. Yeah, Raja Kumari, I go harder than anybody. Daughter of the king, American dream. Fir bhi dil hai Hindustani.
Wow.
I don't want to do the whole verse.
It is action-packed right here, indigomusic.com. And Raja Kumari, you also have to tell me about, you've collaborated with some really, really huge names. And one among them is Gwen Stefani. No doubt that was a great experience.
Crazy. Oh, I heard that pun.
I did that.
I heard it. Very good. Yeah, Gwen was a life-changing experience for me because I grew up listening to her, and I think it's this is profound, but she was the first person that really made the Bindi famous in America, even though she wasn't Indian.
Right.
So like that was the first time as a child that I was like, wait, this is something Indian, because we didn't really have representation at all. Mm-hmm. So I always like had a place for Gwen. I felt like she did it from a place of love. Like, she just loved Indian culture. Right. She wasn't trying to steal it. So, when I was working with her, when I came into as a songwriter in the situation, she had gone through like a very personal kind of like very public actually breakup, with her husband, and there was infidelity, and she was very upset about it, and that was something that she'd been very public about. But I think we were her therapy in a lot of ways, So she came in and she would like write in her journal, and then we would like read a page, and then we would like make a song around that thought, and like we just helped her like through that process. But I think the thing that really stuck for me was, she was just full commitment. Like she came in with the eyeliner, she came in with the red lipstick, when she's in the booth, I felt like I was watching her on stage. And I think in that time I realized that if I was going to do my music career as an artist, that I had to be, fully into it. I couldn't only do it halfway anymore. I couldn't do half songwriting, half
Right.
artist, So I think after that album,
it's amazing that you managed to learn something from your time at Gwen, because I would have just been in awe and wouldn't be able to even think straight.
I learned so much. We wrote about 8-9 songs, and about 6 of them came out. So we spent a lot of time together. Yeah.
And when
I went to her house for her kid's birthday party too.
Oh, wow. Wow. And when you're around Gwen, is it difficult to decide who's, higher on the cool meter? Because both of you just exude this coolness and dopeness.
Oh my God. No. I'm really funny around my idols. I just tell them stuff. I'll just be like, yeah, because when I grew up, I was obsessed with you. But yeah, anyways, Madhuri and I have the funniest relationship, because I'll just tell her things like, I'll just be like, yeah, obviously, Madhuri, your fans like me, we want to know what's behind. I'll just tell her insane stuff to her face, because
your stint in India, in fact, started with staying with Madhuri Dixit, right?
Yeah, I always talk about this, and I tell her that I credit her with getting my parents to basically let me move to India, because they did not want me to be in India. So, I wasn't planning on being with Madhuri. I was staying in a hotel. I had very indefinite plans when I got there. My parents thought I had to more plans. Right. So when I met Madhuri again, and I linked up with her, she was like, "You're not staying in that hotel. You live here now." And then because of that, I was able to kind of move to Bombay, because I was there for a few months, and I got to find an apartment. Otherwise, my parents would have dragged my ass home for sure.
All right. Well, nobody's going to drag you away from Madhuri, that's for sure. And also, you mentioned already you were so much into dancing before. So when did that switch happen to rap?
I think around 14, 15, when I went to high school. Right. At that point, I had done so, it's weird to say I had done so much, because it was only 7 years, but I had toured. I had done over 200 performances. I had done 3 R&Gatrums. I had set records as a child, being the youngest to do this and that. So I think for me, I felt fulfilled, in the dance, and that I just felt the platform wasn't big enough, and I wanted to be able to bring what I loved about Indian dance to the masses. And I just felt music was for the masses, and dance was only getting this small, the same audience, just small audiences. And I just felt more people should know about dance.
All right.
It's always been about putting the dance back on the platform.
That's lovely. And we have a rapid fire round planned up as well. But before that, maybe more singing, Raja Kumari. How about NRI?
NRI? Okay. Trying to rep my people, but they say I'm not their leader. NRI up in the bleachers, feed off what y'all eating. Sorry that my story ain't Indian enough, and America don't love me because I'm Indian. Do you even know who you are? Tell me, what are you made of? What you afraid of, hater? 'Cause I let you tear me apart. Show you what I am made of. Is this what you're afraid of, hater? Yeah, I seen them on the comments. I ain't brown enough to comment. Guess I gotta get the tan so I can rep a country. Give my daddy options. I don't rep y'all for the concept. Don't live here for the content. Trying to pillage off your struggle took me out of context. Bindi on your third eye, but the third eye closed. Got you on my back while you slit my throat. When I land here, they tell me go home. Now you ain't gotta love me, but it's still my throne.
Oh, wow. Raja Kumari in the house right here. Okay, now, so the rapid fire round. Raja Kumari, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you are happy when?
I'm happy when I have chocolate.
All right. You cry when?
I cry when I'm far from my mom.
Oh, that is so sweet.
It's
true.
Wow.
All right. And are you single, taken, or is it complicated?
Oh, I'm single, and I'm looking for Seema auntie to help me.
Oh man, I was going to bring Seema auntie a little later on.
No, I've been tagging Seema auntie. I'm like, please, auntie, please.
All right. Okay, well, I'm still going to do it. Yeah,
Okay.
towards the end. Okay, the best moment of your career so far?
Oh my God, there's so many great ones. The one that's sticking with me the most is when I just recently I had headlined the Yomgo River Festival in Arunachal Pradesh, and 27,000 people came out to the middle of nowhere, and I felt like a superhuman.
That is amazing. And also, you are you're, I mean, you speak Telugu, right? Do you speak Telugu?
Mhm.
No. Okay, yeah. And
Yes.
that's where you're from. So, Hyderabadi biryani or California style pizza?
Hmm.
That one.
I think biryani, Hyderabadi biryani. But I've been so vegetarian these days, so
Ah,
vegetarian biryani is not fun.
is it
Chicken
part of
biryani.
the peace and love that's coming into your life?
Yeah, I mean, I just at the end, I just felt like I wanted to I didn't want any death on my plate. I just
Oh,
wanted like.
that's all right. I mean, don't make me feel bad. I'm such a
I'm
normal.
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It's just you asked me, so I was answering.
My bad. Okay. Now, if you could go back in time and prepare, the 2019 Raja Kumari for
God,
2020, what would you tell her?
I would have told her to enjoy 2019. I was
I'm
always
sure you
looking to the
did. I'm
future.
sure you
I
did. So
did,
much
but I
happened.
was always like, oh my God, I need to do more. Oh my God, yeah, I need to get this done. And then next year when I get this and I become this. And I was on billboards and I had a TV show and I was headlining festivals and I got to go
I guess
do
you're a bit too
everything I
busy.
wanted.
Yeah, you're a
It
bit
was
too busy.
busy, but I would just tell myself to enjoy it
Yeah. All
and
right.
eat more pani puri, endless pani puri.
All right. And the best collaboration you've had so far, according to you?
Oof, so many.
You have to name
So,
one that
okay.
stands out, like you mentioned.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, then Divine, because City Slums was a big record for me. So,
Right. Wow. Closer to
yeah.
home. Not bad. Okay. And what show are you binging on these days?
Ancient Aliens.
All right. Ancient Aliens. I've not seen that. I
Yeah,
think now that you see it, I think I'm gonna try and see
get
it.
into it. There's like 15 seasons. Go ahead. It's not a TV
Wow.
show, it's more information. It's from the History Channel. I'm a nerd.
Lovely. And what food do you binge on these days?
You know, I've become, if you follow me, it's like, I know everyone's probably annoyed with me, but I've become vegan. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just like trying all these things. I've been making a lot of Indian food. So just, I guess I've been binging on like, I don't know, like avocado toast. I just been eating so much like just greens.
And
That's it.
does that have anything to do with, making sure your immunity is in place, the
Of
avocado
course,
and what?
when I've always been wanting like what I was supposed to do before this happened was I was supposed to go to an Ayurvedic retreat for 21 days. I was about to go do that, but it got canceled. So I think this quarantine has been like an Ayurvedic retreat in a lot of ways. It's just taking longer because I'm by myself. So it's
Right.
not 21 days, it's just spread out like on 4 months or whatever.
All right. And yeah, what makes Raja Kumari tick?
Man, the music, man. I keep trying to think that there's other things that I want to do, and then I get in that studio and I just feel free and I just dream about being on stage again and
Right.
making more music videos and continuing making art for everyone. So I'm an artist through and through. I don't know how to give it up.
All right. And the one that I finally the one that I said was coming up. If you were to find a partner in future, would you go
Mhm.
with Tinder? Would you meet someone at a bar? Or would it be Seema Auntie from Indian
Sima auntie.
matchmaking? You've already answered
I
that.
want all the information up front. I want to have the conversations on conversation one.
Yes.
I am just like all for the Sima auntie route right now.
But will
That
you,
is
will you, you know, will you compromise? Will you adjust? Is that what you think?
Oh, all of that. I mean, the thing is, a man's gonna have to compromise to marry me because I'm not like a typical Indian woman. I mean, I am very sanskari, but I'm gonna keep working. Like that's the thing. So if
Right.
that is a threat to an Indian man, I feel so bad. But I would love to. I'd love if Simanti could find me a nice match. Then I would
Wow.
like to get married and have a babies and then
I
go
just
right back to tour.
are really, really excited all of a sudden, and that's very interesting. Indian matchmaking for,
Somebody
uh,
send the bio data. I'll make a new email address.
and what would be the highlight of your biodata, by the way?
Um,
I mean, I think people know you. You don't need to highlight anything on the biodata. So.
I'd be like, knows the Lalita Sahasranama by heart.
All right. Well, this was meant to be a rapid fire, but it's just very difficult not to have a elaborate
I don't know
conversation.
how to be rapid. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen. It doesn't
With
happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So this was so much fun. So maybe finally, before you leave, Rajakumari, why don't you send out a message for people in India in a very rapid way? Make it a rapid message.
Oh, rapid, because I didn't have rapid fire. You need rapid message. Okay, Hindustan, I miss you. Stay strong. We are East or West. India is the best, and I'm coming back. So just stay safe. Stay home. I love you.
Raja Kumari, thank you so much. And India most definitely loves you back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, wasn't that amazing? Raja Kumari right here on indigomusic.com Experience Sessions. And if you want more of that, you know what to do. Stay right here. Yeah, believe it.